Welcome everyone to game week 26 of the Premier League. I cannot believe that it's already game week 26. This season has gone incredibly fast. I know we've had quite a lot of games, including the World Cup, but the fact that this season has gone as fast as it has is just absolutely insane. And boy, do we have quite a few fixtures on game week 26. As we all know already, on Wednesday, Arsenal played their game in hand and now are 5 points clear in the Premier League table after 25 games. As we all know, there are 38 games to play. So that means there's only 13 games of this season left. We're well and truly into the second half of the season. First up, we have Manchester City and Newcastle. This is the early kickoff at 12:30. There is a big chance for Man City to start off where they left off, to gain the 3 points back from the 5-point lead that Arsenal have, and that automatically will put pressure on Arsenal. And as you probably already know, we have played our game in hand, and our game is going to be later on in the day, 3 hours later. So Manchester City and Newcastle, who's going to win? Now, Newcastle have fallen off a little bit. I believe it's the standard blip that most teams have, and I'm hoping that they are going to finish strong towards the end of the season. It's well and truly needed if they're going to hunt for the 4th place. And they're currently played 23 games, so they've got a few games in hand compared to the top 4, who have almost all played 25 games apart from United. But Newcastle have played 23 games and are on 41 points. So any sort of result out of this game is going to be a massive impact on the rest of the table, not just on the top end, but in the 4th and 5th place positions. Looking at the team news here, Manchester City's defenders John Stones and Laporte could be available after spells out with injuries and illness respectively. Moving on to Newcastle midfield, Bruno Guimaraes has shaken off the ankle injury that he picked up in the EFL Cup final. As we all know, Newcastle sadly lost against United, but I think it was somewhat inevitable. United have been playing very, very good football lately, so it's just unfortunate that Newcastle have hit a bit of a blip recently. So obviously with Nick Pope out, with all that crazy thing about the goalkeeper situation, which we have a short on, so if you want to check that out, it will be linked in the description below. But yeah, I'm predicting this is going to be a draw. Newcastle are great at parking the bus. It's going to be a bit tough to get the win against Manchester City, but I strongly feel that they could get a result here. Moving on to the next game in the Premier League, Arsenal and Bournemouth. This is a must-win for Arsenal. Bournemouth are sitting in 19th place. Arsenal beat 18th place Everton in their last game, so it's a must-win for them. There's nothing less than a win that we can expect. Thankfully, we, as Arsenal supporter myself, Thomas Partey has not started a full game yet, but he did play a few minutes in the Everton game, actually more than a few minutes, and he did really, really well. So I don't see why not he can't start this game. I mean, they could still play Jorginho and then play Partey. A mix of them both actually does create quite a lot of havoc in the midfield. So we could see a good combination there. Yeah, he's just been impressive. So if we really want to get a result here, Thomas Partey will have to be in the middle of that game. Let's have a look at what Bournemouth have been looking like. Their recent form hasn't been looking too good. The head-to-head match facts here: Arsenal have won only 6 of their home games against Bournemouth in the league and cup, scoring 17 goals and conceding 2. So I've expected a bit of a better result from them, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. But I'm expecting a 2-0 win for the Arsenal. Okay, moving on. Aston Villa and Crystal Palace. Aston Villa are in 11th place and Crystal Palace are in 12th. Both teams very, very close to each other. They pretty much want to probably remain in the mid part of the table. They have the potential to go past Chelsea. As we all know, Chelsea haven't been on best form. They haven't been able to get a win in a long time. But with Aston Villa and Crystal Palace breathing down their backs, there's no reason why they can't get that top 10th place spot and even work towards the 9th place spot. No European football, unfortunately, only goes down to 7th, but I think that would be quite a respectable result for Aston Villa and Crystal Palace to finish. So I'm predicting a 2-1 win to Aston Villa, just because of Aston Villa's recent form, and they did very well against the topper end of the table. Just fell short to Arsenal, of course, which I'm somewhat happy about. Moving on, Brighton and West Ham United. Brighton, unfortunately, have fallen off a little bit. They are in 8th place. I think I remember them being slightly higher. But then again, if we look at this, they've only played 22 games. So they've got 2 to 3 games left to play compared to the people that are on top of them. So there's no reason why they can't move themselves back up to the higher end of the table with a few decent results. Now, let's have a look at the team news. Brighton midfielder Solly March is fit again after missing the midfield FA Cup win with a minor injury. So the Brighton squad is somewhat bolstered with the potential of Solly March coming back into the team. That's good news. Danny Ings is also eligible to play after being cup-tied for the midweek defeat by United. There was a lot of shenanigans going on with those kind of cup ties, with being cup-tied and stuff. Not too sure how that happens, but maybe some of you can let me know in the comment section below. But anyway, finally, let's have a look at the head-to-head. Brighton are unbeaten in 11 previous Premier League meetings with West Ham. 5 wins and 6 draws. So I would say Brighton could take the upper hand here, and I'm predicting a 3-1 victory. So let's hope that happens. Anyway, moving on to the last 5 Premier League games. We've got Chelsea and Leeds. Now, seasons ago, I would say Chelsea would definitely win this game. It would be quite an easy game for them actually as a whole, but not this season. They're missing something that I can't put my hand on. Neither can Potter. I'm still surprised Potter's still in the match, or still in the game, as they would say. He's lost more than probably a lot of previous Chelsea managers who've gone for far less. So the fact that he's still there and trust in the process, as they now say after what Arteta's done at Arsenal. But yeah, I don't know. I think this might be a draw, but I'm hoping Chelsea do get the dub, only because I'd rather have them kind of pull away from the 10th position, move slightly further up. I feel a bit bad for them. They've always been in a top 4 position, but this season, 10th place, I don't know what's going on. Let's have a look at the team news. Chelsea centre-back Thiago Silva is out for 6 weeks after injuring his knee ligament in the defeat to Tottenham. That was a significant result there. That kind of cemented Tottenham's 4th place. They are on 45 points and pretty much puts Chelsea out of contention to getting into top 4. So they'll probably finish mid-table or maybe get into the Europa League, possibly. But that's also a far stretch considering where they are. Finally, let's have a look at the match facts here. Head-to-head, Chelsea have won 5 successive Premier League home fixtures against Leeds. That is not a surprise. The Chelsea of the old were probably destroying teams at this point, and you would expect them to come good with the team that they have and the amount of money that they've spent. But I have a feeling that there still needs to be a lot of changes made in that team. But hey, most significantly of all, before we move on to the next teams, Chelsea have found the net just 4 times in 11 matches in 2023. That's substantially less goals than Rashford have scored in this year alone. So you can just see from that sort of fact how bad the Blues are doing. But like I said, hopefully they come good. And I predict a 1-0 victory here. Fingers crossed. Come on, Blues. Me being an Arsenal fan and all. Next, we have Wolves and Tottenham. Tottenham are in 4th place, 25 games, 45 points. They are 4 points ahead of 5th place. They can, at best, they probably can work towards keeping the 4th place, though they are only 4 points away from United, though United do have a game in hand. We're going to get to that game. But I don't know. It's a bit up and down this season. I don't really know what to say about Tottenham. They had gone on like a pretty crappy run of losses, and it was looking like they were going to fall further down the table, but somehow they're back in top 4. So you got to give respect to that. And you know what? If they finish top 4 this season, we can say it wasn't actually such of a bad season. They finished top 4, knocking out Arsenal. But I guess if we compare the Arsenal and Tottenham and how they've kind of taken steps to get to the top, we can say Arsenal it was probably best that they didn't make the Champions League. Now they're fighting for the title. And there's a chance they're going to win it. So last season it wasn't looking great for us, but this season it's looking very different. And listen, I don't mind if Tottenham get top 4. they don't have any games against City anymore. They done us a good favour by beating them, so thank you for that. Not often will you see me say thank you, but hey, I've just said it. Anyway, finally, let's go on to the predictions of this match. So, Wolves are actually 15th. They've fallen down a little bit with 24 points. They're quite close to the drop zone. They really need the win, and I have a feeling that they did get a result against Liverpool, so that was a good victory. Not recently, but the previous game after that. So they're a bit up and down. If they come to play, I think they can do a good job on Tottenham. So I'm thinking Tottenham will still get this win at 2-1. That's what my prediction is. Last 3 fixtures to go, Southampton and Leicester City. Southampton are in bottom place. They are eager to get a victory here, and that is what they're probably going to fight for. I think they drew against Chelsea in their most recent top flight game. So I have a feeling that they might end up getting a victory here or even a draw. Any point on the table would be sufficient and would be essential for them to move up further. They got 1 game in hand to Everton in 18th place. So only a win would really do it for them to be able to move up move up ahead of Everton into 18th place, but they'll still be in the drop zone. So it's going to be a difficult one. Anyway, let's go on to the predictions. I'm thinking Leicester are quite a bit slightly higher in the table, mid-table, 14th, 13th place. So you would like to think Leicester will get the job done at a 2-1 result here, but I'm thinking relegation battle fighting Southampton is potentially going to get the win here, and I'm predicting a 2-1 victory. Next, final 2 matches of Game Week 26, Nottingham Forest and Everton. Nottingham Forest are in 13th place, Everton are in 18th. With Everton's recent form, apart from the last match they played, which was a 4-2 victory, actually 3-1 victory to Arsenal. Oh wait, hold on, I'm messing up. It's a 4-0 victory to Arsenal. I was looking at Everton as quite a tough team to beat. Somehow we did very well against them, unlike the last game that we played. They got a new manager. There's no reason why they can't stay up. They're fighting for that not promotion, but staying in the Premier League. And I have a feeling they will do it. They've been in the Premier League for a very, very long time. So why not? Let's hope they stay up. And that is why I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory for Everton. And if we look at the head-to-head stats here briefly before we go on to the next game, Nottingham Forest host Everton for the first time since a 2-0 Premier League defeat in September 1998. That was a very, very long time. They haven't played each other for the last 25 years. So you know what? My prediction might be a bold one, but difficult one. Nottingham Forest in 13th place. They might have some good momentum, so you never know. Anyway, moving on to the big game of the weekend, Sunday 5th of March, Liverpool and Manchester United. In recent years, this game was far bigger than it is this season. But I would say for different reasons, it's a big game. Liverpool are in 6th place. They recently moved ahead of Fulham by on goal difference with the same amount of points. And then we have United, who are 3rd place. So this is the game in hand they have in the top 4 battle. Now, title contenders United, so they say they are. Only if they win this game. And it's a tough game to win. So it's not going to be that easy. But if United really want to become title contenders, they will have to get a result against Liverpool. Liverpool have recently been in decent form. So I don't see any reason why they can't get this done. But my predictions here would probably be a 2-1 victory to United only because of recent form. But if Liverpool are on their game, there's no reason why they can't win. And in the hopes of them winning, I really, really feel for my friend Hama, because he's constantly been a bit negative with his team. He's had some sleepless nights. I want him to sleep. So come on, Liverpool, come good, pull through and get the victory against United. Anyway, that's all the Premier League games on Game Week 26. Thank you for joining today. It was a quick run through. We're going to have some reactions after the games on Saturday and Sunday. So stay tuned to the upload on Sunday evening after the games. We might actually have one on Saturday as well. But stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video for the algorithm, of course. And your support is essential for the channel to grow. And also, let me know what you guys think the predictions of Game Week 26 will be.